Fired right up. 2018 Chevy Malibu. Had a U code. I don't remember exactly the numbers, but I'll try to put it in the description or somewhere. Anyways, a fuel pump module. The ECM had lost communication with the fuel pump module. I'd done a few tests yesterday and checked it out, and had power, it had ground, it had everything it needed. Got a fuel pump module in here just a few minutes ago, and I got it changed out. It fired right up like a brand new one. So I'm gonna go on a test drive in it, make sure it's good to go. She's got a tire light on, a seatbelt light on, and an airbag light on. Seatbelt light's probably on because I don't have my seatbelt on. But anyway, I think she's gonna be good to go on this one. This was the no start. So on the previous video, we had a fuel leak, a no start, and a no crank. This was the no start. The no crank was the Jeep. We got the starter changed out on it. Now it's cranking and starting, and it left. I ran out of battery on my phone on it to finish videoing it. But anyway, I didn't video putting that little module in here this morning. I just went ahead and put it in and cranked it up and ready to go. And I've also got one at the shop that it's got it's a 97 van that the AC only blows out of the defrost. So I've got it figured out, so maybe this afternoon or something I can show y'all exactly what I did to fix that. It's kind of some aftermarket jacklegging that I did, but it works. But anyway, let me go on this test drive and we'll get back to the shop and get to working on something else. This little Malibu is doing good on the test drive, but scrolling through the menu, the low tire light may be on because maybe we got a low left rear tire. It says it's got 22 pounds in it. Before we call the customer and tell her it's ready to go, we'll at least check her tires and make sure she's got air in them. The rest of them show good, but the left rear says 22. It may or may not be the left rear. We'll check it when we get back to the shop. It did have 22 in it. All right, we got that, that tire was low on that car. I got it aired up. This is my van I've been talking about. A 97 E350 with a 5.4 in it. And the problem was, I've already fixed it. It would only blow out the defrost. Well, they had it rigged up where it would blow out the vents only, but you couldn't circulate it. You couldn't move it to the floor or the defroster. But anyway, I'll show you what I did to fix it. This vacuum line right here comes from the engine. And it feeds this line right here, this vacuum line right here, that goes way down in there underneath this evaporator case and underneath this blower case. And there's what's called a reservoir, a vacuum reservoir tank under there. And all data time is 6.2 hours to pull all this evaporator case and get down there to it. So rather than do that, I just usually bypass these systems. You gotta have a check valve in it, so I put me a check valve in it coming off the engine vacuum, and then a splitter right here. And this splitter goes down here. I mounted a reservoir tank right there, right here, this piece right here, and it bolts right there to that fan shroud. And then the other piece, I run it through here, run it down through that inside that fender right there. Run that vacuum line inside that fender. There's a grommet right there inside this door panel in that fender, and run that, punch a hole in that grommet and run that vacuum line right in there through that grommet. And then it's going to come right back out through here this vacuum line right here, and then you tie it into your original vacuum line up here. And this is the vacuum line that was coming from that tank. I just cut it, left it in there, and then we reroute it to the new vacuum line that goes up to your HVAC system. So that saves the customer some money rather than having to pull all that mess in there out to get to it. And then they have AC blowing out the vents, blowing out the dash, and we can go to the floor with it. And I've also drove it. A lot of times they do it under a load. You start noticing them when it's under a load. That vacuum reservoir tank down there gets to leaking, and it under a load it'll start going to defrost. So one thing you can do after you run all your stuff and check it, you can put it under a load. Just put it in, just kind of like you're gonna power brake it, but don't actually power brake it. Just put a load on it with the foot on the brake and make sure it doesn't go back to defrost. But anyway, that was it on this. And I got through with this earlier this morning. And that Yukon that's over there, I just got the fuel tank put back in it. I got it running. We'll go over there and make sure we don't have a leak. I see no leaky. Let's give it a little juice. All right, we're good to go. Let me put it in there and just double check everything. All right. Everything looks good. I got everything back together. All right, Yukon fuel line repaired. All right, I got this Yukon down off the lift. I'm gonna take a quick little spin around the block in it. I believe it's gonna be all right, but I just like to test drive them after I get through with them. Make sure nothing falls apart on it. Because ain't nothing worse whenever you get there working on one, they don't even get out of the parking lot with it and stuff starts falling off of it. This camera's blurry. Anyway, I'm going to end this video here unless I have some major malfunctions with this Yukon. It's probably a little short video here, just a recap of what I did yesterday. Yesterday was a busy day of diagnosing, and once you get all your diagnosing done, some of the parts change, and isn't that bad to do. It's mostly diagnosing and figuring stuff out and helping customers in and out of there. Anyway, I appreciate you for watching this video. I guess we'll catch you on the next one, whatever that's going to be.